Hello and welcome to No Sevens Dice Club College Football Predictions Week 11, 2022. So last week we went 5-2, doing really good so far. Keeping those losses down, 2 losses, 5 wins, and we are 35 wins, 18 losses for the season and around about I didn't update that at 66% from last week, but we're about 72% win percentage so far. So I'm climbing up to that 79. Need a couple more good weeks, and we will be there. So um, hopefully we can knock it out and go from there. So what we are going to do is we are going over Week 11 notes. Down goes Bama and Tennessee. If you guys didn't watch the Alabama LSU game, you guys missed probably one of the best games this past Saturday, probably in a long time. If you ever follow the Alabama LSU rival games, in fact, that game registered 2 earthquakes in Baton Rouge. That's how loud and crazy it was. One when Mason Taylor scored a touchdown for LSU in the bottom of the fourth, and in overtime when LSU won the game, also by Mason Taylor when he caught the ball, registered another earthquake. Pretty exciting stuff. Uh, Tennessee, uh, I don't know what to say about Tennessee. It was a horrible game, pour down rain, just nothing was working for them. Just it just was not their day. They um, Rocky Top became a mudslide pretty much. That's all I'm going to say. Uh, but anyway, moving on. TCU is number 4. Are they too high? Are they just right? What do you think? Do you think there should be some teams ahead of them for number 4? And TCU is playing Texas, so that's going to be a really good game this week. So something to keep an eye on. It's only the second week that the college football committee's made these picks, so there's still a lot to go on right now. Clemson and Notre Dame game, another game that just showed you just how bad Clemson's offense is, and that their defense can only hold on for so long before they just give up. Will the ACC be out of the playoffs for the first time, I think, ever since the college football playoffs came? Are they going to be out of the football playoffs? Let me know what you think. Do you think Oregon has a chance to get in? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so let's go over Week 11 predictions. Let's see who we like this week. All right, I got my Tigers up. LSU -3 at Arkansas. 11 a.m. kickoff. LSU does not like 11 a.m. kickoffs. They prefer the night games. This is the battle of the Golden Boot. You can pretty much put everything, win records and everything off to the side. This game is another rival game for LSU and Arkansas. They have a 24-karat Golden Boot that they play for, and it's huge. It's like 7 feet tall. It takes about 12 people to lift this trophy. It's monstrous. It's super heavy. Really cool. Arkansas won it last year in overtime, so LSU wants a little bit of payback for that. But LSU's a hot hand right now. Arkansas lost to Liberty last week to Hugh Freeze. Hugh Freeze is going to be up for that job, I guarantee you, in Auburn. He was always a great coach. It's just a shame that he got caught up with the scandals of hiring call women and everything else on school phones and stuff like that. And I've already stated what my thoughts were a few years ago when he got fired from Ole Miss. I would have given him whatever he wanted. If he wanted hookers, I would have given him 3 or 4 hookers a week. Whatever he wanted, because he was beating Alabama, and he had Ole Miss, running like a fine oil machine. Anyway, LSU at Arkansas, 11 a.m. Enough talking. How about we get down to a pick? So I really like LSU. LSU's riding a hot hand. If LSU wins out their next two SEC games, Arkansas and Texas A&M at the end of November, they will compete against Georgia in the SEC championship. How cool is that? So LSU needs to win this, and they need to win this with style points. So I'm going with LSU -3. All right. Next up is Nebraska at Michigan. All right. Michigan was playing it close. I don't know if you guys saw that with the Rutgers game. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, what's going on with Michigan? I mean, I was getting kind of nervous in the first half of the game, and then Michigan goes, oh, we were just playing with you. Here, let's just step on the gas pedal and blow the doors off of you. And Rutgers couldn't keep up. I mean, it was like two different teams showed up in the first half and second half for Michigan. So Michigan's -29 against Nebraska. I think it's pretty much going to be the same thing. Michigan might have a slow start, but after that, Michigan's going to get rolling. I really like Michigan -29 in this, so let's mark it down. Next up is a really interesting game. We have Maryland at Penn State, and if you've been following me all season long, I tell you all the time, Penn State plays different than they do they play different at home than they do away. Maryland's coming in. They're an up and down team. You really don't know what you're going to get. I mean, it's kind of like playing roulette at the craps table. I mean, at the craps table, at the roulette table, spinning the wheel. You just never know what you're going to get. But Penn State plays a really, really aggressive defense at home. I don't know if it's the home field advantage. Maybe it's the wide out. The wide out. But who knows what it is? Whatever it is, Penn State is more opposing at their home. So I really like Penn State -12. Now, if this goes to -14, I would kind of stay away from this because I really don't favor Maryland. But Penn State -12, I'll favor this. The game is at 2:30 p.m. kickoff Central Standard Time. So let's go ahead and take Penn State -12 and look for that defense to shut down Maryland. All righty, Missouri at Tennessee. Tennessee is -21 at 11 a.m. Central Standard kickoff. Tennessee is going to play this game very pissed off. I feel sorry for Missouri. Missouri, you're about ready to become a human punching bag because, I mean, Tennessee got embarrassed. And they wanted to prove that they belong in the top four. Well, they're in the top five right now, and they really need style points. They need to win these games, and they need to win these games convincingly. -21 is a really good score. It might go down, it might go up. If it goes up past 23, I wouldn't bet on this. But -21, I really do like Tennessee to come out there, guns blazing, playing pissed off, and just taking names and kicking ass all over the field. So I really like Tennessee to just devour Missouri. Next up is Washington at Oregon. I was really thinking about if I should bet this game or not. Oregon is playing unbelievable. Bo Nix is showing his true potential and what he could have done in Auburn too. So, I mean, he's kind of, I don't know if you would call him a dark horse um, for the Heisman, but he's definitely putting up some impressive numbers. I'm really looking forward to seeing that Oregon USC game, championship game coming up. That's who I'm really looking forward to. But Oregon is -12.5. Washington is another questionable team. You don't know what kind of team this is going to show up on Saturday. They if it's the team that I think it is, because Washington is going into Oregon, I think Oregon has a really good chance in this to really just dominate this game and come out just swinging. And Oregon also needs style points to keep up to look pretty in the playoff committee. So I think 12.5 points is a little low. If it goes up to 14 points, that's still a great bet for Oregon. Anything more than that, I would stay away from this game, or just take the money line for Oregon. Same with Tennessee. But Oregon -12.5, we're going to take that. It's a 6 p.m. kickoff Central Standard Time. So that'll be a really good night game to catch for yourselves, pack after dark. And then next up, you have Alabama at Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin and, the former assistant of Nick Saban. And Alabama is -11.5. This game has moved up. It's now -13. This is when I took the pick a few days ago. And Alabama, just like Tennessee, they're going to come out really aggressive, playing pissed off. They're going to want to just destroy whatever is in front of them and prove that last Saturday was just a rare occurrence, that it's not going to happen again. And Alabama does not lose 2 times in a row. And they're playing Ole Miss. Ole Miss is still kind of trying to find their identity. They have a really good offense. So this is going to be a really good litmus test on Bama's cornerbacks and seeing how well they play. But I think overall, if Bama plays the way they're supposed to, minus 11.5 will be able to cover. Anything more than 14 points, 13 points, I would stay away from this game. Maybe take Bama for the money line, but that's about it. Ole Miss is going to try to keep this as close as possible, but I do see Bama pulling that way in the third and fourth quarter. So let's take Bama minus 11.5. And if you notice, I do have some more games on here. I'm adding more games every week. I don't know what I'm doing. I should be cutting this down a little bit instead of adding more games. I need to lessen this down, because I don't want to trip myself up with all these games. But let's look at the next one. Kansas State at Baylor. The over/under is 53 to 6 p.m. Central Standard kickoff time. If you notice, Kansas State's been averaging 40 points a game. Baylor's been averaging 20 to 30 points. So this over/under is at 53. I really like a high-scoring game, even though Baylor defense with Dave Hernandez, the head coach for Baylor, plays a really good defense. I just think Kansas State, the way they've been running, it kind of reminds me of the old Steve Spurrier 90s Florida fun and gun is what it reminds me of. Just a lot of action. Even Texas couldn't even shut it down. It was still an over. So I kind of like how this is for this week. With Texas playing them last week, I still like the over on this. So let's take the over on this game at 53 points. Next up is the Indiana at Ohio State, my dark horse pick. Last week I picked Ohio State to cover, and they didn't even cover. I was so disappointed. I lost 3 money line parlays, not even money line, some big bet parlays and everything else, all because of Ohio State. So guess what, Ohio State? I'm going against you. I'm taking Indiana, and I'm going to take them plus 41 because I don't think you're going to cover. What do you think about that? Huh? That's what I'm saying, because you let me down, so I'm going with the other team. Even though they're known for basketball, who knows? They might be able to shoot a couple of hoops into the end zone and get a couple of points, like 14, to carry me over. So that's who I like. That's who's my dark horse. I'm taking Indiana plus 41, 11 a.m. kickoff. I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to watch the LSU game and see if Indiana can't shoot some hoops into the end zone. So let's take Indiana plus 41. All right, next up is the money line parlay, the big money parlay, and the medium money parlay. All right, the money line parlay is Oregon, Utah, Notre Dame, Georgia, UCLA, Tennessee, Penn State, and Houston. Yeah, how did Houston get in there? No sevens. I don't discriminate. You should know that. I even picked one time San Diego State. So if I think they're going to win straight out, I'm going to pick them. So that's who I like for my money line bet parlay. My big money parlay, it's plus 5,615. So this could go any direction. You can even do a round robin if you want to on this. But it's Oregon minus 12.5, Kansas State with the over at 53, LSU minus 3, Notre Dame money line, Michigan minus 29, Texas A&M plus 2, Georgia minus 16.5, Tennessee on the money line. We shall see. If it pays out big, and you might not hear from no sevens. No sevens might retire. No, I'm just picking. I don't have that much money on it. Medium money parlay, LSU minus 3, Notre Dame money line, Michigan minus 29, Georgia minus 16.5, Tennessee money line. That's a plus 721 parlay right there. So guys, 2 more weeks, and that is it, and we're going to be at the end of the season, and we're going to be getting into bowl season and conference and playoffs. So I wish you guys lots of luck on your sports parlays. Comment down below on who do you like this week and who do you think is going to win. And as always, I do appreciate you guys checking out this video. I do it for you guys because it shows for me. I already know what I'm betting on, but I do appreciate sharing this information for you. And I hope you guys are having a great, successful season like no sevens. And I just need to win this week and next week. And I have, for the first time, I think it's since I started betting, I can't remember. 2015 is when I started doing sports betting, but it'd be the first time I think I've won all 3 months in a row. First time ever. I can't remember in 2019. I think I tied in October that month. I think I broke even. Anyway, I wish you guys lots of luck. No sevens is going to catch you on the flip side, and I'll see you on week 12.